Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about angle sum of a triangle. As you know, the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. That means this A over here and B and C, if you add them up together, it will give you 180 degrees. And one more thing you need to know is that on a straight line, the angles add up to 180 degrees also. So occasionally they might give you the exterior angle over here and then ask you to find the angle inside the triangle or the other way around. But I'll show you what I mean in the next few slides. We've got example number 1 over here. After scanning the diagram, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create or form an equation from the diagram. It is A plus 60 degrees, which is given in the diagram, plus 95 degrees. They would all add up to 180 degrees because all angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. And the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to add these two numbers up just to make it clear so that we can think of what A would be. 60 degrees plus 95 degrees will give you 155 degrees, and I'm going to leave everything the same as the step before. Now, after this step, you can think of, okay, what do I have to add to 155 to make it equal to 180? Or we can use inverse operation, which is I could simply take 155 away from 180, and that would give you 25 degrees as your answer. All right, this is the very basic example. Let's try another one. Just a bit more complicated. So over here you've got, and first thing I know from these lines that this is an isosceles triangle. So I know that two sides are equal and two of the angles would be equal. And this angle over here is given to you 70 degrees, and under the arms of the lines, those two angles will be the same also. So I can say that this angle over here would also be 70 degrees. So now I can form my equation over here. I can go A plus 70 degrees plus 70 degrees would give you 180 degrees. Then I could add these two up and get 140 degrees equal to 180. Now, again, you know this. What do you have to add to 140 degrees to get 180? Or inverse operation will give you the answer of A, which is 40 degrees in this case. Right, let's try something a little bit more difficult. Now, find the missing angle again, but here you got one angle given to you, but with a symbol, not with numbers. So this, you know that this is a right angle, and right angle, you should know that is 90 degrees. So again, I can form my equation. A plus 90 degrees plus 30 degrees would give you 180 degrees. Now, 90 degrees plus 30 degrees will give you 120. And I am writing this exactly the same for everything else but these two added up over here for the second line. Then the next one is I am going to do inverse operation, which is over here, which will give me the answer of A is 60 degrees. All right, now next example 4. And this is one of the things that you have to know in the first slides that I was referring to. Angles on a, so let me write that down over here. Angles on a straight line. So these two angles. So one thing that I know after scanning my diagram is A plus B would also be 180 degrees because these two angles are on a straight line, right? So and then find the missing angles this time. The question is asking you to find A and B both, right? For A, easy peasy, the same as what we did for the last 3 questions. We are gonna make up this equation. A plus 60 degrees plus 80 degrees would give you 180 degrees, and then A equals that is 140 degrees, then 180 degrees. So then we do the inverse operation. then we get 40 degrees for our A. Right? But your question is not finished. You haven't answered the entire question. You still need to find B over here. Right? For B, we're going to use this facts over here because we also know that angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to write this one down again. Right? 180 degrees over here. Now, my A is 40 degrees. I just found it over here. So I'm going to substitute that into my equation. Then I will find my B by doing the inverse operation. Then I get my B as 140 degrees. Now you have answered both of the missing angles that the questions want.